The following episode of the Connor Guasti YouTube channel is sponsored in part by Teach for America Baltimore. Been educating your kids. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, thanks to my cousin, because without this video, without him, I wouldn't have remembered how to do algebra. Normally I just use a calculator, but thanks to my cousin for reminding me, you know, dividing by decimals and stuff like that. All that's good stuff. Thank you for tuning in again to the Connor Guasti YouTube. No, I'm just kidding. Okay. Listen, I'm gonna close this because we have some talking to do. Not in this video, in the next video. We're gonna talk about this, okay? Because some stuff has happened here. We'll talk about that in the next video, maybe even 2 videos from now, because I'm gonna try to knock out 2 videos really quick today. This one is going to be all about E85, mixing up. Okay, when I say, I'm gonna say mixing our own E85, but what I'm really talking about is making sure that what I get out of the pump is actually 100%, not 100%, is perfectly 85% ethanol. A lot of times when you get stuff from the pump E85, it could be, you know, 70 to 85, 80%, whatever, sometimes even higher than 85% ethanol. So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna talk about how to, using VP's X98, which I have six cans of over there. So for you math wizards, that's 30 gallons of X98, and also 20 gallons of pump. This is going to be to get us the car started and get the car to the dyno, not for the rest of the season. Once I get the rest of the season done, I'll have a couple more of those 54 gallon drums full. I know what you're thinking is, why, Connor? If I have an E85 station that's near me, why would I want to make my own ethanol? Or why would I even bother doing what you're telling me? 2 reasons, really. The first is cost. The second is you're putting something that you know 110% is 85% ethanol alcohol every single time in your car. So that's the first reason that I do it, or that's the second reason rather. And then also the other reason I do it is for the cost. I know what you're saying is like, why, if you're gonna go out and buy the VP racing fuel, why don't you just buy the X85 and just skip all of this stuff? When you break down the numbers, when I'm doing this and I buy 5 or 6 of these X85s and then go get pump gas, I am getting essentially like another 20 gallons or so, 15 or 20 gallons every 100 gallons that I do. Like every 100 gallons that I do, I'm essentially getting 20 gallons extra versus what it would have cost me, versus what I would have got if I had just bought X85. All right, so this is a Holley ethanol E85 tester. Pretty simple. Just use like bottled or tap water to add. You add up to this first line right here, and then you fill the rest of it up with E85 up here to this top line. Now the way that I'm pretty sure that this works is the water and the gasoline bind together, and then that separates to the top. So once it gets up, it'll separate up here to the top, and you'll get a line where they separate. And the whole bottom portion of it will be ethanol alcohol, and then the upper portion of it will be the water and the gasoline. But I'm pretty sure that's how when it separates, that's what it tells you the ethanol content is. So this one right here is the pump E85 that I picked up. This is just regular bottled water, but a little too much. Okay, we'll just let this separate out. It's looking like it's about 83%, which, I mean, is pretty good coming out of the pump. So I don't know if you guys can see the line. There's a line right there where it separates. And that's coming in somewhere right around like 83%, which is pretty good out of the pump. Like I said, that's bad for the video, but It's bad for the video, but it's fine. It's bad because I wanted to show you guys how to correct it when it comes back like E70. Okay, so we're gonna call this 82.5%. If you can see, it's basically like right in between the lines. So we'll just call it 82.5%, and we are going to correct it to. We're gonna correct it to E85, which I was really hoping for it to be like down here, kind of like 70%, just for the sake of this video, but you know. Of course, the one time you want the pump to be a little bit low, then it's not gonna be low. All right, guys, so here is the equation that we are going to be using. For the sake of teaching you guys, I'm not gonna use the actual numbers that I have today because correcting for 2.5% is whatever. That's just the way that the video goes sometimes. But I'm gonna show you what you would do if you had 70% ethanol and you needed it to be 85%. I'm gonna show you how to bump it up and correct it with the VP X98. So this is the equation, right? So this is gonna be the first percentage you're working with and the first quantity you're working with, the second percentage you're working with and the second quantity you're working with equals what your target is. So we're targeting 85%. In, you know, parentheses, your first quantity plus your second quantity. And that's gonna give you how much you're gonna actually net when you get over here. So what we're doing now, so we're gonna take the first one, we're gonna say our first known is 70%, right? So 70%, and we're gonna take 20 gallons of it. So 70 times 20 plus the second percent, which we know is gonna be 0.98. And this quantity, which we don't know, we're gonna leave as X. We're targeting 85%. The first quantity over here is gonna be 20 plus X. So this is the equation that we're working with. So we're just gonna start, I don't wanna hear anything about public math from anybody. So we are going to, first we'll just distribute this. There we go. Plus 0.85x. Drop down this equal. 70% of 20 is 14 plus 98x. Subtract this 14, subtract the 14, that's 9.98x equals 3 plus 0.85x minus 85x minus 85x 0.13x equals 3 divided by 0.13 divided by 0.13. X equals 23.07. So you're gonna, and if you have 20 gallons of 70% ethanol, you're gonna add 23 gallons of 98% ethanol, and that's gonna bump it up to 85%. Now what I would do in this case is I would just go, holy crap, that's a really big correction and I don't have more than 20 gallons. What I'll do is I'm gonna divide by half and then divide this by half. So divide all the quantities by half because it's gonna be the same percentages. So I would say 10 gallons of this and 11.5 gallons of this, and then that's how you would correct it up to 85%. But so for us, we are going to be doing I already did this equation earlier for mine. We're going to be doing 3.85 gallons of 98% ethanol, and that's going to bump it up from 82.5% up to from 82.5% up to 85%. We have one more video to do. I'm gonna do a video on polishing stainless steel. I have to polish the exhaust. It's looking a little bit grungy before it goes back in the car, so we're gonna do that. And then after that video, the next video is gonna be talking about the car. Yeah. But that's it, short little episode today. Thanks for watching. Like always, comment, like, subscribe, and we'll see you on the next video.
Okay, I'll run back to the store.
Okay, thank you.